Hello, welcome to Age Up, the show that reveals the epic stories behind the civilizations in Age of Empires. This episode is... The Romans, featured in the Age of Empires expansion, The Rise of Rome, were legendary for their battlefield tactics as well as the extreme discipline of their warriors. This new Age of Empires Definitive Edition wallpaper art captures a tense moment right before a Roman army fights the Gauls, the Celtic people of ancient Europe. The Romans are waiting patiently behind their picket line. The torches of the Gaul warriors flicker in the distance, and the carrion crows fly overhead, biding their time to pick at the corpses that will soon litter the field.
Food, please.
Thank you, Mr. Crow. The Gauls were a major thorn in the side of the Romans and nearly thwarted their invasion of Gaul, or Gallia, as it was called in Latin. This was a vast region that is now France, Belgium, Luxembourg, Switzerland, parts of the Netherlands, Germany on the west bank of the Rhine, and the Po Valley in Italy. The Gaulish warriors seemed barbaric to the Romans. They wore their hair long and sported big handlebar moustaches, unlike the Romans of that era who had short hair and were clean-shaven.
Roll! Here! Here! Here!
The chieftain of the Averni tribe of Gauls was a man named Vercingetorix, which meant Great King of Warriors in the Gaulish language. This brave fighter and his army defeated Julius Caesar at the Battle of Gergovia, near the modern-day city of Clermont-Ferrand. It took Caesar 8 long years to subdue the region of Gaul, but he finally vanquished the army of Vercingetorix. The Gaulish leader gave himself up by riding into the Roman camp and throwing down his weapons at Caesar's feet, thus saving more of his people from being slaughtered. Vercingetorix was held captive for the next 5 years, then paraded through the streets of Rome during Caesar's great triumphant march. The vanquished Gaul was ritually strangled to death, most likely while Caesar watched. Very Game of Thrones. Caesar soon made himself dictator for life.
It is good to be the king.
But he was quickly murdered by a band of clean-shaven senators. And 2,000 years later, he had a salad named after him. Vercingetorix became a folk hero in France, its first national hero. A statue of him stands in Clermont-Ferrand, near where the courageous but doomed resistor to Rome was thought to be born over 2,000 years ago. The monument was designed by a man named Frédéric Auguste Bartholdi, who is famous for designing another, slightly larger statue. Come back next time and learn about 2 of the most brilliant generals in the history of the world, Scipio the Glabrous and Hannibal the Hirsute.
Whoa.